I did not see this movie yet. I was gonna see it yesterday. Yesterday is being Friday. Today is a Saturday. So I will be seeing this movie Rebel Moon Part One tonight on Netflix. Tonight on Saturday, this Saturday, the day before Christmas Eve. Yes, the reason why I did not want to see yesterday is I heard some of the stuff about it from a friend of mine who saw it, and it just made me that night be, yeah, I don't know if I want to see it on last night, but I will see it tonight. But yeah, this is Rebel Moon. This is a John Campea video, and yes, the title says it all. If you know, John Camp is a huge Zack Snyder fan. There's one other movie he really disliked from Zack Snyder, and that was Sucker Punch. But this is the second movie that he does not like from Zack Snyder, and that's Rebel Moon. And we're gonna go on reason why. I watched this video, but we're gonna go on reason why. We're gonna watch his videos, his takes, his panel's take on why why he did not like this movie, why he disliked this movie. So before we get into it, if you're a current subscriber, like this video, please. Also, that's a little better. Also, please, if you are new and you're checking my channel first time and you see what you like, if you do like it, please subscribe and comment. Always comment down below. Comment down below your thoughts, your opinions, whatever. I value everybody's different opinions here, guys. Yeah, and this is called the dissect, where we dissect stuff. So we're gonna go over John Campea's video here and share this out, guys. That's great. Okay, let's do this. 300? Yeah, I like that. This is actually a pretty long video. Oh wait, I didn't bring it up.
That's it. Man of
Okay, there we go.
Steel. My loyalty forever. One
Well,
of my
it's going to
favorite
list-
comic book
it's
movies
going through a
ever. I
list of
love
Zack
Man of
Snyder
Steel. I will
films.
always be that fan. That movie's #1 fan. Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. I liked it. Justice League, even the theatrical version, I liked. The HBO version, I liked even more. And his most recent film, Army of the Dead,
I did not like Army of the Dead. Let me tell you,
So
I
I
think
have
Army of the Dead
literally
sucked.
liked or loved every single Zack Snyder movie up till now, except for the one, except for Sucker Punch.
Okay.
Heard some concerning things going into
Oh, he's even laughing about it.
going into seeing Rebel Moon.
This is gonna be a long video. One of my longest videos.
I was not prepared for how bad this movie is.
See, he really does. He says bad. No,
I may be a bit of a Zack Snyder
not my
fanboy.
personal review because I haven't seen it yet.
This is not a
and
good
my
movie.
review will not be on this
This
channel.
is
It will be on my main
bad
channel,
film.
and they'll be in the description down below.
With some of the most horrendously written dialogue I have ever. And it starts off weak.
Nothing new with the dialogue. Nothing new with Zack Snyder film.
With Sofia Boutella, and who doesn't love Sofia Boutella? You see her on a farm, right, with a horse plowing some ground with this background.
Well, she is
right?
It
visually looked so bad.
Stuff, I guess.
It looked like she was literally standing on a stage with a big stage backdrop banner behind her, and that was supposed to be outer space behind her.
Well,
and I'm like,
if this was a Wes Anderson film, then you'd accept that.
Yes, I would totally accept that. But I'm like, oh, okay, that doesn't look good. And then, I mean, I knew it was very much influenced by, like, say, Seven Samurai and that sci-fi film Battle Beyond the Stars. I mean, it's just a straight up Battle Beyond the Stars ripoff. It just completely is.
That right there at the beginning, like you said, it didn't bother me when I knew it would be a repeated throughout the whole film, like the backdrop thing.
Right.
Like, so I got used to it. So that didn't bother me as much as it did with you, but I did notice it.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of stuff, because you know how we've become more critical of the volume, like the soundstage that a lot of the Marvel and Star Wars shows will use. I thought the volume looked better than a lot of these artificial environments did. So okay, but I mean, a couple of things I just couldn't get away from.
Okay.
First of all, one of the things I hate about any movie that does this, the bad guys, there's no nuance. The bad guys are all turn the dial up to 11, the most vile, evil, every single person involved with it.
That's Zack Snyder, though.
I mean, you saw in the trailers that, she's living in this little farm community, right? Well, the soldiers come. Every single soldier is a rapist, except for one kid. One kid ends up being an okay guy, but I'm like every single one of them, and there's no nuance to it, right? There's not, well, maybe, no, it's like, hey, you girl, watch this, everybody. Come here, new girl, and now I'm gonna deflower her, and I'm gonna shoot everybody. All the bad guys were just pure evil. Tried their best to make the one bad guy, the Jew hunter, Christoph Waltz from Inglourious Basterds. Like they
he had to
tried
go
so
there.
hard to make this one guy the Jew hunter.
Did you have to do that? Oh,
Old
sorry about
Spice
this.
pomade, medium hold, no shine.
I guess point there, the
That's
Christopher
right.
Waltz character from Glorious Bastards.
Pringles, the ultimate gaming accessory. Keep hands cleaner for total
I'm
control.
sorry, guys, if you're gonna have advertisements throughout the
But
video.
I mean,
don't
all
have
that kind of stuff. But the worst
premium.
part is some of the most atrocious dialogue.
Yeah, I heard that
I
dialogue.
was telling Jonathan when I came in,
Oh boy.
there's dialogue in this movie that would be fine if you wrote it as a synopsis for somebody to read later.
Yeah, like voiceover.
Yeah. But no, not even in the movie, but you're just reading a synopsis,
Yeah.
right? Like there's this scene where Sophia Boutella is sitting around a campfire with a guy. And literally, I'm not kidding you, I timed it this morning. Launches into a 6-minute exposition dump talking like no people actually talk. Like, remember, she's sitting around a campfire talking to a guy. And it read like you're reading a synopsis.
So I'll have to see what he's talking
I
about
was
here.
born of blood and war with no love and no tenderness. They made me machine of death.
I'm actually
And
laughing
like,
at it.
like this whole thing is going on. And it's
That's
like,
funny.
I'm reminded of what Harrison Ford said to George Lucas when reading the Star Wars script, when he said, George, you can write this shit, but you can't say it.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just, like,
I know
thinking,
that.
Oh, somebody
Just
should
because
have
you
said
wrote
that to
something
the
on paper, it
screenwriters
doesn't mean
of
it
this movie.
sounds
You
good.
can write
Say
that,
out loud,
and
right?
that'll look fine in the synopsis, but you
The-
can't say that shit because
Yeah.
nobody talks like that.
at the time
Yeah.
this happened, I was like, oh, this guy is trying to get in sweet with Sophia's character. And then when she started doing that speech, I was like, I think he probably just changed his mind. He doesn't-
Just killed his boner.
yeah, he
Just
just
totally
killed
killed his
away.
boner.
She
But
did it
it's like
twice.
literally, it's a guys. It is a 6-minute exposition dump.
That's stupid. 6 minutes.
And it's
no.
like it became a
Had one of
running
them
joke in
earlier.
the room because it's like so many times in the
That-
movie, it's
if
like,
it's really
okay,
like
it's
6
story
minutes,
time. It's
yeah,
story time where a
yeah.
character stops what they're
Yeah.
doing and to tell a story.
Yeah.
And that's fine if the dialogue's done. But then near the end of the movie, there's this little skirmish. I won't give you any of the details or any of the context, but there's this little skirmish between like 20, 30 individuals, like a little skirmish. Jaimon Hansu's one of them. And at the end of the skirmish,
That's what he said.
Jaimon Hansu's just
I listened
standing
to it.
there with 4 of his friends, right? 4 of his friends. Remember, small skirmish, 20, 30 people involved. And Jaimon Hansu launches into this Braveheart speech. This will be sung about in the songs. This will send ripples through the galaxy. For on this day, you
I gotta see the
farmers and blah
context
stood
of it.
up
I
to
gotta
the
see
might
this.
of the
I gotta see
imperium of the blah blah blah. And I'm watching like that's
I
not
gotta see the
how
context.
this character
The
would
speech.
talk. That's not how anybody would talk.
The
It's
It would have been great if like he turned around and everyone had walked away.
everybody's sleeping. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Factor. This bustling holiday season, you might be looking.
First part was
Oh,
Charlie.
Jupiter
He
Ascending.
actually was normal. Like well, at least I didn't notice anything glaring or like, but everyone had those solo speeches where it's like, I was like, is there a better way to lay out the groundwork of this film, like telling us what's going on and
Yeah,
where
here's
these
the
people are
thing.
from,
Here's the thing.
other than this way? Was there any other way they could have done that? I would have even gone for the strolling Star Wars thing that just explained everything.
Yeah,
other
but
than-
now listen. Let me mention a couple of things that I think worked.
Okay, just positive.
You know, standard to a Zack Snyder movie, Zack Snyder does great. He makes a great backdrop. What I mean by that is the background world building about kind of introducing us to the world in which this story is taking place. Really interesting.
yeah, I was interested in that.
Right? Like I think he paints a picture of this is the galaxy that this story is taking place in. And that galaxy, that backdrop, narratively, is really quite interesting. And I think
Mhm.
sets the stage of a really good playground
Mhm.
to tell a great story with great compelling characters, hopefully with some great dialogue and all that kind of stuff within this sandbox of a world. And I thought that was done very well. I'm I'm very intrigued by the Anthony Hopkins robot.
Yeah, he plays a robot.
Um,
Hopkins.
They show the robot a lot in the trailers. The robot's only in about 5 minutes of the movie, at least this one. But I was very intrigued by the background story of
Yes.
what this robot is, what these robots are, and why these robots are the way they are. Very intriguing, very interesting, and actually quite very original. Didn't do anything with it. Maybe they will in the second part. Didn't do anything with it. So there was that.
Robert brings up the slow mo button.
Yeah,
right here in the-
Oh, yeah. Okay. I gotta mention this. It became a running joke in the room.
Oh,
I feel like Zack Snyder was sitting in the room with the editor and they just put one giant button in front of Zack Snyder and it's a big slow-mo button. And
slow mo,
like
button. Slow mo.
Zack Snyder was just hammering that.
funny.
If that movie did not have all the slow-mo in it, it would have been about a 35-minute long movie. There is
Really?
so much slow-mo in this movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was pretty funny. But those first two things that you've just mentioned, that were the backdrop and the robot, those two things were the things that kept me watching because I was so interested in finding out the execution of how he did it may not have been that good, but just those two premises right there, the robot and the story of this lady
And the mythology of the royal family, right? With
I
the
wanted to find out
princess and
more.
stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I wanted to find out more.
Great backdrop information that where you could tell something really cool. And before anybody comes at me with, well, John, this is part one. You are still responsible for
Yeah,
making
he's
each
right.
individual
It is part
movie
one.
a complete feeling movie,
Yeah.
right? Star Wars was just part one, but they made it feel like a complete movie. Empire,
Yeah, the first movie has to get us vastly interested in the second movie. Because I guarantee you, after seeing this movie, I mean, you can see the extended edition, I think, because people are going to give the benefit of the doubt the extended edition, the rated R version. But if that doesn't hit, people are, there's going to be some people are just going to skip part two.
was just the middle chapter, but they made it feel like a complete movie.
Yeah.
And I gotta say this. I now have. I mean, it was going to happen eventually. As long as Zack Snyder keeps making movies, eventually I would have a second Zack Snyder movie that I don't like. But I gotta tell you guys, I was really disappointed in this movie. And here's the thing I regret. I have to say the most, because for years you guys have heard me talk about Sofia Boutella. I really like
Oh,
Sofia
yeah.
Boutella.
Okay.
Every time she's been in a movie, granted, she's always had
Being
these
honest
small
here,
roles,
he's being blunt.
but she's always made the most out of those small roles.
Yeah, I've seen her.
And one of the things that I found most fascinating about Rebel Moon is I'm really
Yeah, this
curious
is
to
a
see
big
can
leading
Sofia Boutella
breakout leading
step
role.
up
But you've
and
probably
now
seen the actress
lead a
before.
film.
She's the mummy in the Mummy, terrible Mummy movie.
And
She's in
I
Star Trek.
I think the answer is no. I don't think she has the talent. She hasn't. Let me rephrase. I don't think she has refined her talent enough yet to be the lead of a film, because
Here's the thing, John. It's because Zach is the one trying to make her the lead, and Zach can't do that. Zach's not the type to get somebody to. Zach, well, for Gal, I guess, but like Gal's not the best actor.
while admittedly
actor.
she was saddled with some really awful dialogue,
Yeah, see, there's a point.
a really talented actress, a more experienced or a little bit more of a refined actress could have taken some of that dialogue and elevated it with what they put in with their performance.
True.
We've seen
I've seen some talented actors and actresses take terrible dialogue and don't do a good job with it. And I've seen some good actors and actresses take good dialogue and don't really do a good job with that either.
Charlize Theron do that.
Sorry.
We've seen a lot of actresses be able to do that.
But
And
it's true. Some actors could take terrible
while I
dialogue and make
still
it good, make it sound
want
good.
to
It's
see
true.
what Sofia Boutella can
But some
become.
can't.
I hate saying it, but I just feel like I watched this movie and I thought she was not ready to be the lead in a film yet.
I will play devil's advocate
Sure.
here.
Okay,
Just a
let's see
little
what we
bit.
have to say, please.
Where she didn't have a long exposition that she had to memorize and say. When she was just like chatting normal with other characters, I mean, it felt good. I mean, it
I
looked
don't know,
good.
it felt pretty monotone to me.
Because I only bring that up because when Jaimon Hansu did his speech, he talked exactly like she talked. I mean,
not
all
at
those
all.
speeches were
Not
like
at all.
Yeah.
No, he was like raw.
it came off
It
the
was
same
night
to
and
me a
day.
little bit.
I mean, it wasn't great, but
Yeah.
they were done very differently.
But wouldn't you put that on the director too? to push the character.
Absolutely,
Like
100%.
he would have watched that and been like, "Oh, that's not good." Like some directors bring out the best in some actors, like from what I've seen. Maybe she has it in her. Maybe I don't know. Well, it wasn't great, but I'll give her another chance. And also, I had one question for you. Watching this movie, if there really is a director's cut, did you like it enough to watch that?
No.
I would. I did. I
There's
liked it enough where I
cut.
would
What
give
the
that
rated R
director's
cut?
another watch.
But here's the thing.
February.
I would watch the director's cut, but not because I thought it was good enough. I will watch the director's cut.
Oh, Paramount.
Warning to parents. This Paramount Plus exclusive event.
Because Zack Snyder has said that this 4-hour-long director's cut thing is a completely different movie, he said.
So he says, so Zack Snyder pretty much says, yeah, the one we came out on Netflix December, this version, the PG-13 version, yeah, he pretty much threw this version under the bus. He pretty much buried his own film here and said, yeah, it's not good. This is not he knows it's not good.
He said it's a totally different movie.
Wait for the.
So I'm like,
the
okay, I'll watch that one.
Zack Snyder buried his own film.
Maybe it'll be better. I mean, look, somebody just asked, did I think it was worse than Sucker Punch?
No.
I think it's better than Sucker Punch. But I am disappointed because I haven't disliked. When did Sucker Punch come out? Hold on a second.
2011.
Sucker Punch came out in 2011. I have not disliked a Zack Snyder movie in 12 years.
This is gonna be a long.
It's been 12 years since I didn't like one of his movies, and unfortunately for me, the streak has been
Last Zack Snyder movie I disliked was
At least we had some
Army
good
of the Dead.
food, some good ice cream. while
You
we
could have
watched
had that
it.
without the movie, though.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah, the food was
brought us
great.
Together.
Food was
reasonable
great.
to
You
get
know,
together and
getting
watch
it
this
home
stuff.
Yep.
at the theater.
absolutely.
Let's look at the bright side. Come on.
And hey, it's got nowhere to go but up.
Yeah.
That's the
True.
second one comes out, I think, in March. Is that what it said at the
No,
end that it
I
comes
thought
out in
it-
March?
oh, I
April.
thought it
April.
was
Second part
longer
comes in
than that.
April.
It's either March or
I
May.
thought
It was one of the
April.
M months, but I think it said at the
I'll
end
look
that
that
it
up
comes
for you.
out in March. People in the live chat, let us know when that second one comes out. Again, I think it's March or May, but
They're saying April.
oh,
Yeah,
April?
that's what I thought. It
I
said,
thought for
April.
sure it was one of the M months. Okay,
Yeah,
so
April
it was
19th.
after March, before May. So
April
right in the middle.
19th,
Okay, so maybe April 19th. I mean,
2024.
it gets better.
Yeah, part two. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing. If they're gonna release part 2 in April, do not release the whole thing, the extended edition. Release the rated R cut.
Oh, well, whatever.
If it's
Well, we'll see.
Rebel Moon, whatever.
yeah,
Rebel Moon. That's my poster
He's
quote.
gonna
Rebel
have to-
Moon.
he's gonna
Whatever.
he's gonna
It is what it is. But hey,
the
hopefully
viewers.
some of you guys watched it and enjoyed it and had a good time and maybe saw some more diamonds in the
I
rough
haven't
than
seen
I
it yet,
did. And
guys.
maybe
I'm gonna
thought
see it
some of
tonight
the negative stuff
on the
wasn't so
Saturday night because
negative.
this video is
I
going
mean,
up
that's
on
the
the
great thing
Saturday
about
before
movies. It
the
all
night
hits
of
us in
Saturday
different
night.
ways, and hopefully
For
some of you guys
Christmas
liked it more than I did.
Eve.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching
Yeah,
this
okay.
video.
Okay. So yeah, I haven't seen the film yet. I was gonna watch it yesterday, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's a Saturday, it's gonna go up on a Saturday afternoon, so I'll watch it on a Saturday night, and then before Christmas Eve tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Christmas Eve. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight. But yeah, so yeah, basically here, guys, Campea said this movie is not good. Sophie Patella said Sophie Patella was not good. Here, she did not break. In his view, she did not break out to becoming a leading star. The dialogue, she basically said the dialogue was not good. The backdrop looked okay, good, but everything else and the other guy's monologue, DJ Putin, yeah, so it pretty much echoes what a lot of other people were saying about this film. It's not good. Same talking points. And that's Zack Snyder's film for you. I'm sorry, Zack Snyder fans. He relies too much on visuals and stuff. Like visuals is cool, but like we need a good story too, man. All right, guys. That's his opinion. That's Way's opinions, and everybody else's. I read on Twitter, X, whatever. They have their opinions. Right? It's all subjective or not. But from what I see, a lot of people did not like it. From my crew. But I've been looking at so many people that I have seen that do like it. So there are people that do like it. Every film has at least one person liking it. But I'm not going to take anybody's word for how bad or good it is until I've seen it. But I actually did kind of yesterday on the stream. But I will judge for myself. I'll give an open mind judge for myself to later tonight, and I will make a review on it, and I will make a spoiler review on it. Same thing with Aquaman. I will make a review, and I'll do a spoiler review on Aquaman. Those could be on my main channels, my pop culture channels. The Rebel Moon spoiler review and review, Aquaman spoiler review and review will be on my main channel. The pop culture channel is in the description below, on top of my sports channel. You can click on there and subscribe for that. And yeah. And then I'm gonna go over like a Grace Randolph video about Aquaman 2. It's gonna be a little bit later this week, on the weekdays, not on the weekend. But Aquaman 2 is related stuff. So I'll give you time for you guys to breathe a little bit. Okay, if you've seen a film or not. Okay. Because there's some stuff she just makes me make me like, what the hell is she saying? But yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment below, guys. Yeah, so Campea did not like this movie. He liked it better than Sucker Punch, but he's still a fan of Zack Snyder. As you know, his favorite movie is Man of Steel. Masterpiece. Like, share, subscribe below. Don't worry, I like Man of Steel too. It did have some problems, but I liked it too. Like, share, subscribe, comment below.